In today's video, I'm going to be showing you about an app called Sonify. Sonify is an alternative to the native Sonos app. Okay, so this is the app Sonify. This is what it looks like. Up at the top, you can see it brought in all the favorites from the native Sonos app, the favorites you have set up that crosses among the different services that you have set up with your Sonos system. Again, it's like the native app has that. Now, that is one of the limitations of this app. You cannot modify these favorites. You'll have to do that in the native Sonos app, and then it'll bring it over to this when you open this. Not that big a deal, because there's a few other things that you're going to want to have set up in the Sonos app when you set up your system and get a few things set up. And the rest of your normal day-to-day activities, I would suggest you use Sonify. So the different services, you can use your local library, which is something that the native Sonos app was struggling with for a while. You can use iHeartRadio, Apple Music, Spotify, SiriusXM, and others. I'm not even sure what all of them are. So this is your basic home screen. And again, if we go into the local library, you can see that you can look at different items in your local library. Now, I don't use a local library, so I don't have any experience with how well this actually works. But maybe somebody can leave a comment down below that has tried it and let us all know how well it works. And again, if you click on iHeartRadio, you can see, you know, the stations you have set up in there. Now, these are all the stations you set up in the app, in the iHeartRadio application. It shows all your stations. The favorites back here are just the favorites that you wanted in Sonos to easily get to the favorites among all your different services. So this is the home screen. Now let's go to the second tab down at the bottom, and that is a shortcut basically to the local library. So you could easily get there if you use a local library by doing that. The third tab is the search tab. Now this is where you'll search for artists, albums, tracks, channels, whatever you are searching for here. You can indicate which service you want to be searching in for those different things. So that's the search tab. Okay, so now let's go to the system tab, the tab that I feel is the most interesting. Here you can see what's playing in each zone. So if you want to change what's playing in the bar, you tap on the bar, then you tap on home, and you select the station you want there. So let's say we want to listen to Lithium. Tap on Lithium, starts playing Lithium in the bar. Go back to System, and let's say in the garage, we want to listen to the Spectrum. Tap on the Spectrum, starts playing that in the garage. Go back to System. You can see everything that's playing and in what rooms it's playing in. So another thing you can do is if you just want to stop music everywhere, stop playing everywhere, you can just hit pause all. And it'll pause everything wherever it's playing. So let's go back to the living room and kitchen. Let's go to the home screen and let's play Yacht Rock. So now Yacht Rock is playing in the living room and in the kitchen because I have both of those selected here. Now you can adjust the volume of each one independently by dragging the dot. If you come to this screen and you tap to the right of the dot, you can see it changes the volume by 1 point or 1 digit. If you click to the left of the dot, it goes down by 1. If you go to the right on just the kitchen, it changes just the kitchen, and so on. So if you wanted to then at some point sync them back up, Just tap sync and it brings them both to the same level. It's really nice, really responsive. I like how quickly this app responds when you're doing these things. So let's go back to the System tab and let's go to the gear and see what the different settings are. So the first setting that I want to show you is the lock screen controls. So the Sonos native app does not have lock screen controls. This app does. So in order to get the lock screen controls to show up, you need to come to the app, be playing something, and then when you go to your lock screen on your phone, it'll be showing what's playing. You can pause it, you can skip it, you can adjust the volume all from your home screen. And you can even use the volume buttons on your phone to adjust the volume of what's playing. Now, this only is in iOS. I'm using this on an iPad here, and I'm going to show you shortly what it looks like on an iPhone. But it's very similar. Now, other things that you can do is you can set up an NFC default room. So if you use NFC, you can go ahead and tap your phone onto an NFC device and it'll automatically start playing in a particular room that you have set up for this setting. That's kind of cool. I don't personally use the NFC, but that is something that you could do. You can also go to the Services tab, and this shows your different services that you have set up. And now this was all set up in the native Sonos app, and it just carries it over to this app. For some reason though, in this app, all my stuff showed up twice. So all I did was turn off the duplicates so they're not showing up twice when I'm looking through all my services. If you scroll down, you can see all the different speakers in your system. And if you tap on one of them, you can adjust the equalizer, the bass and treble, the loudness, and so on, all in this app. You do not have to go back to the Sonos app to do this. That's kind of nice. So, like I said earlier, some of the things, mainly setup things, you're going to have to do in the Sonos app, but your day-to-day stuff can be done very easily in this app. And let's go ahead now and show you what this looks like on the iPhone. Now on the iPhone, the interface looks very similar. You can swipe across to see more of your favorites in here. Your services are down below. You have your library tab, your search tab, and your system tab. You go to your different rooms just like you did on the iPad. You can go in here and navigate back to home and play whatever you wanted to play in that particular room. And that's it. You can always go back to system and pick whatever else you wanted to play in whatever room. Again, tap on the speaker and you can add additional things to play. You know, have it play in additional rooms. So that is basically how it works. So let me know down in the comments what you think of this app. I think it is the best app that there is for Sonos. Sonos native app is clunky and slow. This is much more responsive. One of the only other apps that I could recommend would be an app called Click, C-L-I-C. But the problem with that app is it's $15 per year to pay for a subscription. It works very well, but again, this I feel works about as well, and this app, as I maybe did not already mention, is free. This is a free app. So go ahead, download it. Let me know in the comments how it works out for you. Thank you for watching, and we'll talk to you next time.